Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. And as you can tell by by the title of today's video, we are going to be taking a look at the new Melt Cosmetics and Beetlejuice collaboration. Oh my god! And I do have both palettes here. The first one being the waiting room, and the second one being the recently deceased. So beautiful. I'm going to be doing a look of both of these palettes. I'm going to be doing some swatches as well. So excited. I am really, um, I love Melt Cosmetics, and Beetlejuice was a really cool movie. I wasn't like totally obsessed with the movie. It wasn't like somebody who was like crazy about it, but I did watch it quite a few times growing up. And the show too, way back in the day, there was like an animated TV show. As you can see, I'm so excited I'm already opening it up. This is the outer packaging. Such a beautiful artwork that they have on here. I love the swirl design and the red like reflect. The package of the palette itself is this really nice, it's like almost like a acrylic, kind of like translucent deep red. Oh my gosh, so pretty. And then when you open up the palette, you have this really cool slip here that actually has like a still from the movie, and this is Miss Argentina in the waiting room between life and death. And then here's the actual palette. So beautiful, right? This row on the top is all reds. This row is all gray tones. I've already kind of swatched them a little bit, as you can see. This color, even though it looks like it's white, it's actually like a really light gray. It's not like a pure white. But we're going to be getting right into it. So basically I'm going to do one eye with all of the red colors and one eye with all of the gray colors. Getting started, I'm dipping into Obituary, which is this lighter of the red colors. And now, even though this shade looks pretty red in the palette, it does end up looking a little bit more purpley once you put it on the eye. But it blends out very nicely. It blends so beautifully. That color is really nice. Just off of immediate impressions, it does kind of resemble the Muerte palette that they have from last year's holiday. Or was it the year before that? I want to say it was last year. And now I'm dipping into the deeper color, which is No Exit. Such a beautiful shade. And now I'm assuming this is going to be the same, where it does look, here it looks more red, but once you see it on the eye, it definitely looks more almost like purpley wine color. I'm just using this right here to deepen up the crease. Okay, now I'm dipping into Sod Girl. This really beautiful, almost like purpley red. Wow, this is beautiful. And the way that those colors look when they're blended together is just so stunning. Do you see that? Now I'm gonna go underneath my eye, and I'm dipping into those same colors. Well, first I'm gonna dip into the darker shade, the No Exit. Now I'm taking the shade Lydia, which is the true red. And I'm going to be putting this right onto my inner corner. So beautiful. Okay, now I'm going to be getting into the bottom row, starting off with Tombstone. Really impactful, but it blended out super easy. Now I'm dipping into Shrunken Head. I've been trying to. I've been playing Pokemon Go. I mean, I've had it downloaded, but I'm playing it a little bit more lately. Right now, there's a mission where you can get a shiny Celebi. Basically, it's like their Christmas present to everybody. The missions are like super easy. You have to like. It has something to do with like Team Rocket with like Jesse and James, and the I'm on the last portion of it, and basically all I have to do is fight Jesse and James one more time, and then I can catch my shiny Celebi. Super cool, right? I'm really excited about it. And apparently it's going to be going on until Christmas. So if you guys, wanted to get a shiny Celebi, I would definitely finish completing that storyline, that research. What I'm gathering about, the difference in these two shades is that the darker one is a little bit more like brown tone, and that the lighter one is a little bit more like blue toned. But they're pretty close, to be completely honest. And I'm just going to take a little bit of this black color here called Charman on a little bitty brush. This is my little Sephora collection. Number 15 eyeshadow brush. So now we're going to be dipping into a couple of the shimmer shades. I'm taking the color Super Reflective Silver shade right here. And I'm going to be applying that more onto the lid. I'm going to dip into Dante's Inferno. Alright, now I'm dipping into the lightest color, which is Sandworm. It looks pretty white here on camera, but definitely in person, You can tell that it's more of like an off-white, grayish color. How do you like it? They blended so well together. Absolutely stunning. I used every single color in the palette, but it came out so beautifully. I cannot wait to like kind of mix the colors together. Some of the reds with the grays. It's going to be a really fun. But I just wanted to kind of see how everything looked, next to each other. Really beautiful. Very almost like get kind of Victorian-esque kind of vibes. But yeah. So now I'm going to be getting into the next palette, which is the recently deceased. So stay tuned. Thank you guys. Here is the recently deceased. I was looking at it, so I had it open. Such beautiful packaging. Definitely going to keep the box. I love the holographic that they put for, like, the logo here. And then as we open it, oh, here we go. This is the palette. It is a beautiful, oops, upside down. It's like this neon acrylic. Really love this attention to detail, the way they have like what is it, the sand snake or the sandworm? That's what it's called, the sandworm. And like the little, oh, this is so cool. Like, I think these were the tops of the gravestones that were in that like a little model place. I don't even, it's been so long since I've actually seen the movie. And inside we have the slip. And this is the scene where they first meet Beetlejuice in the graveyard of like that little like model town. Really cool. And I'm just gonna put this up here. And here is the palette. Oh my god, so pretty. And as you can see, there is one row of the more, I'm gonna just set that down. There is one row that is more of like your greens. Actually, these two are like greens, and then these two here are a little bit more on the yellow side. This is more kind of like a baby diarrhea yellow. This one's more of like a gold. The lights right now are kind of washing it out because we are like pretty bright. And then this row is the purples. Now these technically are pressed pigment palettes, which just means that they're going to stain the eye. I don't have any issue with that. Maybe if you're sensitive, you want to be careful. But I don't really find that an issue. But I love the color story. It does have two less shades than the other palette, but I don't mind. Really love the attention to detail. The names are in that same holographic. These are like those little fake trees that are in the model type house thing, or the model town, and then the stripes. Oh, so pretty. And the print on here, I don't know if y'all can see, but that is Beetlejuice imprinted onto the actual eyeshadows. How cute is that, right? Alright, so let's get started. I'm dipping it into that chartreuse yellow. It's called Draw a Door. And I'm dipping into that. Ooh, pretty color. And I'm just going to be placing this onto the inner portion of my eye. Like the inner crease, I guess. Right here, the part that's underneath my eyebrow. I'm just sort of tapping that on. Tapping it a little bit higher, just a slight blend. And like I said before, my base is not set. So I feel like because these are more like pressed pigments, they work better on top of a not set base. But of course, you do you, boo. And if you like to set it, by all means, set it. Now I'm going to be going in with the Beetlejuice shade, which is kind of like this lime color. Okay, now I'm going to be focusing that into the outer corner. Just like that. Kind of blending them together. I'm lifting this color up and out, just like that. And gently kind of layering them. And I'm just going to go ahead and follow this color along the bottom. Oh, can you see that? I'm just going to put this along my lower lash line. Now, let's do the mattes on the other eye before we get into the shimmers. So again, I'll blend this out. I'm going to be first dipping into the color Bio Exorcist, the lighter purple. And this is gonna go right here. And just like with the other shade, you kind of stamp it around and then gently blend the edges. Now let's dip into Lost Souls, which is this kind of, it's not like a super dark purple, but I would say it's kind of like a grapey purple. Please like and subscribe. I did get a little bit of fallout, but that's why we had the bake on. Bake on. Paranormal, which is this beautiful, like, dark emerald green. And I'm going to put that onto the outer half. Oh yeah, this is a beautiful color. It's almost giving me Christmas vibes, to be honest. This shade is definitely giving me Fallout, like crazy Fallout. I don't even care, to be totally honest. And it actually blends out really nicely into the mattes. Like, literally, it just fades from shimmer into matte. It's almost unbelievable. I feel like they've perfected their formula more with these palettes. Like, it doesn't feel like that same thick type of metallic. It's a more subdued, more refined, not even subdued, but more refined type of formula. It's really just stunning. Beautiful on the eyes. Even if you were the type of person that was only getting these for like collector's purposes, these still perform amazing. Now I'm dipping into Neurotic, which is this color here. It's kind of like a gold type of color. It's like an old gold color, kind of like a greeny gold. And I know that off the bat I want to wet it because I'm going to apply this into the inner corner and I want it to layer over that darker green. Oh my god. Look at those together. Oh, when they're starting to like blend together, the shade that you get is so beautiful. Oh my god. Oh my god. Sorry, I just had to adjust the angle a little bit so that you guys could see everything. But I just went ahead and laid Neurotic all over like the inner part, and it's looking so beautiful. I'm just taking that brush I used earlier to blend out Paranormal, the darker green, and I'm using that to kind of blend these two together right here in the middle, and they look stunning. I don't know if you can see that as well. I mean, like, I don't know if you can see how beautiful it looks on camera as it does in person, but the textures, the way it all looks together is just so beautiful. I'm taking that fluffy brush that I used at the very beginning just to kind of buff out this edge right here because I don't want it to be too hard. I want like the shimmers and the mattes to all kind of just like flow together. Now we're gonna do the purple eye. So I'm gonna be dipping into recently deceased, this darker purple, and we're gonna do the same thing, kind of like put this, ooh, kind of put this on like the outer portion. Yeah, I'm gonna wet this a little bit just so it's sticking better. Just because I have all the layers of the other, you know, the mattes and stuff, this is not really sticking down. I mean, it's sticking, but not as bam as I want it to. I want it to be more like intense. Now, let's dip into Little Accident. This guy right here. It's almost more of like a red tone purple. I need to spray this one a little bit more. But it's so vibrant. Oh my god. Alright. And this is the final look, you guys. Came out so beautiful. I just went ahead and threw on, these are the Patrick Star lashes and Come Through. And this is a ColourPop liquid lip and a lip gloss. I can't remember the color. They're really old. They've like fallen off and rubbed off already, but just kind of like a nude. I figured I'd go nude because the eyes are so bold, but yeah, here we are. Really, really love the look. I would definitely recommend both of these palettes. They're definitely not like your everyday type of colors, you know, like if you're getting these looking for an everyday palette, this is not that. These are definitely for somebody who likes color, who likes Beetlejuice, who is a fan of the Melt eyeshadow formulas. This is not like for your casual makeup user, I would say. I would say this is definitely for somebody who's looking for those bolder, more intense shades, who's not afraid to put pressed pigment on the eyes. They're really came out so stunning. I felt like this look really needed a large pair of lashes to just tie it together, and I feel like I definitely got that. I'm really digging like this purple side. So pretty, but the green, oh my god. I feel like poison ivy on this side. And forgive my hair, you guys. I have a hair appointment tomorrow, so this is just like not even done or anything. But yeah, I really definitely would recommend.